Computer. Okay, so we are now recording. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know that there's not that many people in tonight, but they've all sent their apologies. One or two may join us further on down the line. Welcome to our standard Thursday evening content chat. From my point of view, I'd really like this to make this a bit more of an open forum. But before we get into that, I'd like to just run you guys through a couple of points and then give you some heads up on our latest plans and sort of a covering of the learnings that we've got to date. So the first thing that I just wanted to cover off was a couple of changes that we have made in the settings. My aim was to try and make sure that our standard members, so we have about 50 members now, of which 6 are active circle leaders, that we didn't have people posting in the main news feed by mistake. And we wanted to keep them into circles. So what we've done is I've changed the settings as much as I possibly can so that standard members can only do quick posts. But if you go into the settings in your circles, you can make it so that your members can do articles and events and all that sort of stuff. All right. So I strongly suggest that you do that and get in there and make those settings so that when they do come in, that they can start creating articles. Well, it's entirely up to you how you run your circles, but that's why it's done. So at a network level, they're reduced to just doing quick posts. Ideally, at a network level, they'd be reduced to not doing anything, not being able to do anything, to force them to go into circles. But the network doesn't allow us to do that. It is apparently on the dev roadmap for Mighty Networks, but it's not done yet. That was the first thing. The second thing was inviting members to other circles. I know Eve was talking about it earlier on in the week and had attempted to invite other people into Alison's circle, which she had actually covered off with Alison first. My immediate reaction was, because I didn't know if she covered off with Alison at the first off, was just be careful that if you do think that somebody might be open to a circle or useful for another person's circle, please go to that host of that circle first with the name of the person, because the host is the one who owns the circle, is responsible for it, and takes the rap, etc. So you need to, as a matter of courtesy, just check with that circle host and say, look, I've got this person that might be of interest to you. Do you want me to connect you? Or, do you know, here's their email address, send them an invite, or, you know, they're already on the platform, this is their name, etc., and allow them to invite them in. Because also then, because each circle is going to have a slightly different onboarding sequence, probably, depending on how you guys make it up going on. And so the circle leader circle host may also want to make sure that they are within that onboarding sequence as well. So if they're maintaining Excel files or something like that, to make sure that they're all there. That, I mean, I know, because I have such a sieve brain that I have. I build sort of Excel sheets with, you know, they've done this, and, you know, there's a little one in this and a little one which says to me that person is doing this, and this person's doing this, and this person's doing this. So I'm sure other people have similar systems, or rather I'm just weird. But and Michael, I know you've known me for a while, but don't shake your head. Okay. Not fair. Just not fair. Otherwise, I'll tell stories about you. And I know them.
We've only got an hour.
You haven't. You've got about 20 minutes, apparently. So that was the first thing that I wanted to, first couple of things I wanted to get off my chest. Is there anything that you guys want to share on those two subjects?
Just on inviting people in.
Yeah.
As I said, we were chatting with Alison the other night, and we had realised that there was I don't know, it's not an omission, but for me to invite somebody into my circle, I got to go into the circle, go into the settings, go down to the invite bit, copy the link. I'm not sure how it looks for circle members.
Yep.
For me as a host, there's 2 or 3 steps to get it. I'm assuming it's something similar.
You sure you have to do that? Do you not just go to members and then send invite? Scroll down and send invite.
Well, this is to invite people who are outside.
Oh yeah,
Bismarck.
right, okay.
So
Outside
just
of
to get
Bismarck, yeah.
the external
Yeah.
link. So it's a bit of a faff. It's also not a particularly pretty link, but that's something
Yeah.
we can change down the line or use Bitly or whatever. But for members, if you've got it open, that you can let members invite people. I'm not sure how much of a faff it is for them to do. So something like the welcome post, it might be worth having a mention in there that this is the link and just making it a little more accessible.
Okay, so in the welcome post, so you might have noticed on the newsfeed, there's now a hello featured post.
Yeah.
You talking about putting that in there as well?
Potentially, it's probably a bit early for them, but at least if they've seen it there, they can
Yeah.
hopefully repair back to it.
Again, would a member not want to speak to clear it with the host and get them to invite them into that circle? I'm just chucking this about. I don't
on the type of circle. There's some of them are going to be open networking. You just want numbers, as many people in as you can. In other cases, it's select people.
Yeah.
So my pay-per-click one, you want people who are active in pay-per-click, but the food manufacturing one is really open to anybody who's just investigating, curious, whatever.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. The other thing I don't know about you, but I keep a Word doc of notes with links and stuff like that. So, for example, links to each of the Zoom calls and all that stuff, I just have them on a standard Word doc, so I know that's my links.
I do for me, but I'm thinking for members to make it easy for them.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, she deigns to join us. Hello.
Yes, better late than never.
Yeah, just so you know, we are recording, Eve, so don't swear. You are on national TV.
Got it. Hi, Karen. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
So Eve, I've just been bringing everybody up to date on the thing about changes in the Bismarck settings and inviting members to other circles. Which was prompted by your issue with Alison earlier on in the week. Okay, but Mike was just saying that it's slightly difficult to get a link to send out for people to come and join his circle. You do have to faff around in the members section of your circle, right? Mike, am I on track so far?
Circle settings, yeah.
Yeah, in the circle settings. So the way I would do it is, as I say, I have a Word doc with lots of links on it, and I would just copy it into there, so I don't have to mess about. That's just there. Invite circle link, bang, and away we go. But that may be another way of doing it.
Are you sure it's not in when you hit invite, it says, or send this link at the very bottom of the invite page?
It is. I'm not sure how it looks for the members, but as a host, you've got to go into your settings. Got to go to that circle, then the settings, and then down to the bottom circle settings to get the external link.
No, because I think what you're. Oh no, yours. No, but totally no. I think Eve's saying is that you just go down there and you hit the thing and you say send this link or copy this link.
Yeah, you do, but it's 2 or 3 steps down to get it. But I'm thinking for the members,
they're
only occasionally, and it's alright for us for using it all the time. But for members, you're in and out.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
The other query was when somebody does join, if I keep getting posts or notifications saying welcome this person. If I welcome them, are they getting 1,000 welcomes from everybody?
Well, that's why I didn't realize all you guys were getting. I thought it was just me and Shane. So the way I work with Shane is I have a quick look and to see if I've invited them or I know them, and if I haven't, then I leave it. And I would if I were you, just leave it to Shane. So it is his role as founder to invite people in. To welcome them, all that sort of stuff. That's the default for the time being, unless they're one of yours directly. So at which point, go ahead. But otherwise, I'd leave it up to Shane. But again, it's one of those ones that we need to look at, because we are going to get to a point now where we're going to start inviting lots of people. Okay. Any other ones on that? No? Okay. So, so there has been some serious conversations between Eve has been giving a lot of good feedback. Oh, sorry, Mike, one other thing I was going to suggest is that I have no problem if everybody or every circle host wants to create a dummy account that they can sign in with and see what it looks like for their members. So, for example, I will quite often sign in, sometimes under Gaeta. You might have seen Gaeta knocking about now and then. I don't know why. Maybe that's me on a Friday night. I have no idea.
I was afraid to ask.
Yeah, we weren't going there.
Yeah. Well, you can if you want. But also, I found the incognito window on Chrome is really quite useful as well for checking to see, so checking the landing pages and all that sort of stuff.
That again, describe what is it on Chrome that you check?
I use incognito. Do you know how to use incognito in Chrome? Okay. So if you know how when you go visit a website, it automatically picks up the cookies and everything that's on your
yes.
So it knows if you've been there before. So if you go to Chrome, let me just open it up here. I'm just going to share my screen with you so you can see it. Okay. Okay, can you all see yourselves there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I just go into Chrome, all right, and if I go see these three dots over here, the top right hand side. So sorry,
yeah.
see my cursor, and see up here. So it says that's a control toggle for Chrome. Click that, and you'll see if you come down, it says new tab, new window, new incognito window. If you click on that, it opens it up in black, but it means that you can then go to put in your link or whatever, the URL, and it goes there and it doesn't pick up the cookies that it would normally do.
Okay, great.
Really useful tool. Okay.
That's great. Thank you, Guy.
No worries. And I shall stop sharing again now. Stop share. All right. So, so along with Eve, who's given us lots of feedback on various bits and bobs and onboarding, etc., we're trying to define the onboarding process, make it a little bit cleaner. So you will see that, for example, there is a new standard host, hello page. If you're new to Bizmarang, start here. And that is featured in your home section and everybody's home section, the standard newsfeed. I am going to make some adjustments to that. That's the standard one. There's, for example, some videos in there that are quite old Mighty Networks ones, but they've no sound. So, and their navigation, how to navigate around the app and what it does, but there's no sound with them. So I am probably going to record 2 or 3 new ones, each of about a minute or 2 minutes long, of this is how you navigate around the app, and they will then be part of that featured post at the top of everybody's newsfeed, which says, hello, new to Bizmarang, start here. There's also going to be a Q&A doc that is attached to another post that will be in featured posts at the top of the page. And what else have we done? So just adjusting the landing page as well. Now that we've got some really good ideas and from what other people have been doing in Mighty Networks. So that is going to be adjusted as well. All this hopefully before, well, the videos might not be done before next Wednesday, but all the rest of it will be. And that's our timing plan for that. And any other suggestions, if you can give it to me in bullet point, that would be really helpful. Just either PM me or email me or create a post. Do try and do it in bullet points, because otherwise I get confused by lots of bits of text going here, there, and everywhere. So quick bullet point, because usually I probably go and find an example of somebody else doing it somewhere on the Mighty Networks thing. Okay. Bear in mind, at this stage, we're just trying to get it basically right. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect at this point. Okay, so that's the next thing. The next thing, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up on our thoughts from the management on what we've learned so far. And what we've learned so far is that a couple of things. The first thing is that critical mass. we need a critical mass, and the second thing of members, and the second thing is we really like the circles that are here so far, but they are not all, not saying everybody, they're not all entirely shifted or aligned with what BizMeringue was always about. So BizMeringue is always about business networking. It's where we need to start, is business networking for businesses. And taking my own advice about niching down initially, that's, and when I look at our own personas and all that sort of stuff, that's what we're going to start. That's what we're really going to push for this next 6 weeks, is business networking. Now, part of that is, did I tell you guys about Cafe Nero? Had fingers thumbs up or not? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, we did. So we just need to get a final confirmation. I thought it was this Thursday from Cafe Nero. No, your man's on holiday till next Thursday. That we are good to go. Then we have an event planned for Tuesday, the 18th of June, on the morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Cafe Nero on Donegal Square West. Sorry, yes, it is West, Donegal Square West, the one beside Danske Bank. That will be an Eventbrite event. So if you want to come along, you will have to register for it, because we want to know how many people are coming in, and we want to know who's coming in. And our launch sequence is going to work up to that event. I'll come back to the launch sequence in a second. But once we have that launch sequence, that first 50 people in that room, we're hoping that it will drive somewhere between 90 and 150 members of business networkers in Belfast. At which point we will also say then, okay, so we have this business networking circle in there, and then we have these other ones on the side of it. So we have the Wantrepreneur. Shane's going to do a specific legal one. Then we've got you guys as well. Now, on the back of that, because of a lot of noise that's been going on the BizMeringue Facebook group, is people asking about local networking circles in their local towns. Independent Ballymena, which is not a political party, it is a Facebook group on it's a Facebook group. It's sort of tried to replicate what BizMeringue has done, but not as well. But it does have 200 members who want to network in and around. Well, they say they're in and around the Ballymena area, but when you look at they're sort of northern ban, really. And then Eve is got some serious experience in building networking groups in and around the South Down area and across into Mexico and from Dundalk. The great thing about this one is we don't have a wall yet.
Who else can you send to Crossmaglen?
That'll be you, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Believe me, the last time I was in Crossmaglen, I was flying in a helicopter, but that's another story. So, and then Eve and I are hopefully going to be meeting with Heather about doing the North Down group as well. So if anybody wants to do local circles in the local areas, the message will go out that, watch how Belfast has done, and then please do form your own groups, but look around, the other groups are already there. Your other circles on around there. At that stage, we should then start building a critical mass. Now, I know, Karen, yours is slightly different, but I think the critical mass route will help you out enormously on providing some people that you can work with. I know you being in the States, us going geographical local is probably not the best thing for you. But I think in the longer term, it probably will. But we need to get this critical mass of people who are business networking, which is where we originally came from. Yeah. But that doesn't mean to say we don't like you, we don't love you, and that we're going to help you as much as we possibly can.
But I also think it gives us an opportunity, knowing that, to pinpoint people who would be good candidates for the circles. Yeah. So we're almost more motivated, I think, to find you, if you're really clear about who you're looking for, to find you very specific people. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly right. The other thing is, once we hit a critical mass, again, we had to talk about pricing today, and we are really of a mind that we're definitely not going to charge anything between now and September because we want these people in there. But after that, we're going to be really strict on the pricing for Circle membership, because there has to be this buy-in. Everything that we've looked at of other networks that are doing it, that in fact the high price is almost an attraction. So, and there are networks out there that are just dealing with, just Latina women and just general networking with each other, and they're quite easily getting $20 a month. In fact, they almost wish they had put their prices up. So it's, for the right thing, people will pay. So that's that. Mikey, you still here? Or have you got to go?
I'm okay for a couple minutes.
Okay. So the onboarding sequence, our sort of launch sequence is working back from that Tuesday the 28th. And we have this window of opportunity between Thursday of next week, which is, I think, the 6th. So we get approval on Thursday of next week. And then on the Sunday, we'll start our launch sequence. And that launch sequence is going to start with some very basic posts in Facebook Bizmarang. And that's going to start off with articles such as why we created Bizmarang, how to use Bizmarang, a mashup of welcome to the new Bizmarang. It'll be supported by a short email campaign with the existing mailing list and referrals from the existing Twitter account, referring back to those posts. Those will lead up to a Facebook Live which will be done in a interview style. Mikey, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, can't hear him. Which will be done in an interview style between myself and Shane. We're probably going to try and do it in the FinTech Hub, so we have lots of people going past the glass windows, behind us, so it looks a bit more businessy rather than me sat in my back bedroom going, "Come and join our club." So yeah,
and the broadband will hold up.
Yeah. Yes, and the broadband will hold up. I won't have to do it just off my phone. Well, actually, we'll do because it's Facebook Live. But the sort of topics that we're going to, things that we'll make sure that we cover off in that is why the Facebook group was formed, the Facebook group success, the limitations of Facebook groups, the very across our product development process and what we learned, what product we needed, touch on why in the Mighty Networks. There was a big discussion as to whether we should touch on that or not, but I think because people are going to have to come through Mighty Networks, or they're going to see Mighty Networks all over this at this stage, we have to deal with it right up front, tell people why. And again, I'm not frightened of why people want to go and create their own Mighty Network, knock yourselves out. Our whole advantage here is there's lots of little micro networks going on here. Then how Bizmarang works, pricing, how it's free to start. So there we go. Oh yeah, and then how our outline business plan, developing business networking locally, and then a call to action of come and join us. And there's this launch event, and there's only 50 tickets, so help yourself. Mm-hmm. And from then on, we're into content creation and managing, though, particularly for Shane and myself, it's that Belfast networking group. Mike, we might need to have a talk about your referral group, and how that fits in, and how we.
I've already had a chat through with Shane about that.
Sorry?
I've already had a chat through it with Shane.
Okay, no worries. That's fair enough. And you guys are happy enough, yeah?
Yeah, it's grand.
Cool. So work the Belfast networking one. I'm particularly going to, I'm just building the Wannapreneur course at the moment, or starting to build the Wannapreneur course. And Shane is going to start a legal one to get as many legals in as possible, legal solicitors and barristers in as well. And then, as usual, we'll make it up as we go along after that. Any thoughts or feedback?
I guess in terms of who in that first tranche of who you're inviting in, mm-hmm. Are you establishing any criteria?
Not at this stage. We're really conscious that we need a critical mass. because one of the things that for me that has come out of this is, the Circle Leader Circle is great, particularly in the new, and when we started, that there was 8 or 9 of us, and there was, well, what I got great feedback was good content coming from me as to good learning and all that sort of stuff. But as soon as we got through that process, that in fact it sort of tailed off, the engagement tailed off. Not that it was anybody's fault, it just did. And so I get the feeling that where we planned that we probably have, a decent network might have 10 members, I think it's going to need 25.
My only concern is that people who are committed in a way that says, I get what the learning curve will be here.
Yep.
They will be somewhat more tolerant of the, did we figure this out yet? Are we doing this? And I'm worried about people coming in, Northern Ireland is so small, people coming in, not having a good experience, and then going out and bad-mouthing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
really, a risk we have to take.
Is my main concern.
And that is why we are trying to deal with all the points that you and I discussed with before, the hello, the landing pages, but again, that content has to be there. And that content can't come without that 100+ members. So we're caught between a rock and a hard place here. Catch-22, that we need to get people in to help generate good content, and that's also why on the onboarding process, as I say, there's the hello start here, the videos are going to be remade, and so on. And part one of the videos is going to be, this is how it works. Use the circles. So on the on even on the stuff that Shane's written, we're talking about Bismarang welcome message. It is use the circles, and use the filters that you can apply already. And that's one of the reasons why I want to make the video, is saying, don't forget that, in Facebook, you can't filter or search. The beauty of this is that you can, all right? Or one of the beauties of it that you can. The other one is it's circles and content that you want and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But I hear you, but we just, we got to, it's another one of those stages of startup where you have to, ship early, and this is it. It's never going to be perfect. So that's where we're going. Okay. Any more?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. With that, we'll all be coming back here again next Monday evening for just a quick hello, and this is what we're doing. This is how far we've got. Might have some other bits that I'd like to show you, or have you look for your comments back on. In the meantime, my messaging center is always open. You may you can PM me at any time. One of the things that actually came out of discussion with myself and Shane today, we were saying that in our particular circle, so he was talking about his legal circle that he's going to create, and saying, when people have really dumb questions but they might not want other lawyers to know that they don't know the answer to this dumb question that they're asking, is that bit like the incognito window, is that we would create the circle leader or circle host will create an incognito member. And that, so if you have a question that you want asked as incognito, that you actually PM it, or your private message Shane and say, here's this really stupid question. Can you do it as incognito? And so it might become a daily post of today's incognito question from somebody who doesn't want to be
See, and you guys are so nice. I would set that up with a name and then wait to see how long it took for people to be talking about that really dumb person who was out there.
I was just about to use a swear word there, the F-wit. Yeah.
Whatever.
No, well, maybe we call him Ignacio Cognito or something. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, okay. So that was another idea that came out of today. All right. So I'm going to switch off the recording. Anything else? No. Speak now or whatever. So.